One. How's it going, everybody? Ragiroth here. Today I'm joined by Skullstar Productions. He's been in a ton of my videos.
Hello.
And I'm also joined by Joseph Watkins. Basically, I've probably mentioned this on a couple of my videos, but I do actually write for a website called RGM99. Skullstar also writes for it as well. Joseph is the lead of that website.
Yo, what's going on, peoples?
So today we wanted to talk about Peacemaker. It just finished its first season exactly a week from now, or a week ago. Kind of just our thoughts, kind of maybe where it's going to go, and all that good stuff. So I guess should I start? One of you guys want to start first?
All right. Yo, Peacemaker. Let's see. No other person could have played Peacemaker but Cena, hands down. I mean, I've seen this guy in a series of films, and what's interesting is how he reacts to almost every situation in the most comedic manner. The dude's like a giant, super strong in every single way, but then all of a sudden he just always seems to be falling flat comedically. Like, not in a bad way, but just in the sense like, yo, I wasn't expecting this to go this way or that way. Like, I feel like it's kind of like a comedic version of the Punisher in a way. Best way I could put it.
Well, it's funny because like people online have been saying oh, Peacemaker is like what would happen to the Punisher after there were like no terrible criminals left. Like this is what Frank Castle would be like if he just straight up didn't have to deal with like horrifically awful people.
I'm like, bruh, like I'm like, I mean, I love the show. I just read the Black Label new version, which is totally opposite of what we're dealing with here. I mean, at first I thought, I was like, yo, they went racist, but it wasn't racist. And I can't stop watching this because I don't know where it's going. It was definitely a necessity for television at this point. Like, seriously speaking, it was just definitely a necessity for television.
Yeah, so the funny thing is, at first coming from the new Suicide Squad movie, where Peacemaker debuted. So I enjoyed the movie. I didn't like love it as much as some people did, and I thought Peacemaker, like, oh yeah, he was cool. Like, I wasn't like in love with him or anything. When I heard they were making a show, I'm like, oh, okay, that's random, but all right, I'll check it out, whatever. I'm like, I was gonna watch it. I wasn't like super hyped for it, but then when I started watching it, I'm like, oh my god, it was amazing.
Like,
probably like more so after the second or third episode.
I'm like, what the hell? Like, the fact that James Gunn was involved, you know, it's going to be gross out. It's definitely going to be a gross fest in some aspects, and he definitely nailed it with that. You know, the explosions, like, especially remember when my guy when Cena's literally going through the factory, just
Oh yeah.
and I'm sitting there like, I was like, yo, like, he was like, X-ray goggles, like, come on, like, I saw it, I was like, wait,
just seamless, just
word. And Gunn's gross factor when it comes to doing these movies just keeps going higher and higher and higher. And then
he's very good at filming like gore, specifically like gore, like all the way back in like his movie. I don't know if anyone out there remembers the movie Super with Rainn Wilson and Elliot Page. It was a movie where Rainn Wilson, you know, the guy that plays Dwight from The Office, decides to become a superhero by dressing up in like all red and wielding like a wrench, and like he'll just go around like hitting people with a wrench who cut in line, or like he fights Kevin Bacon, like Kevin Bacon's the bad guy, and like that movie is like crazy violent and like and like over the top. I could definitely see, like, you know, that's his style all over Peacemaker as well.
Like a kick-ass metaverse.
Yeah, kind of.
It's kind of funny because the main thing I know James Gunn from is Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the first time I've really heard of him, and that's a PG-13 movie. So my experience with him was just, I mean, I think there was like some alien gore in Guardians of the Galaxy, but nothing to this level. So that's why I'm like, oh, how's he going to do, more R-rated stuff? And
Well,
Suicide Squad and this kind of showed us.
yeah, and it has the benefit of being on HBO Max. HBO being the what you call it, the station that pioneered the whole like the whole like showing sex on screen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With Game of Thrones and who knows what else.
I think what also kind of helped in Peacemaker's favor for me is I was going through a rough time a little bit, with some stuff personally. I think during a good chunk of the run of it. So I think it was always kind of a nice thing to look forward to every week and kind of laugh and take my mind off things. So definitely helped with that too. But I still would enjoy it regardless. Don't get me wrong.
And John Cena is phenomenal in this. I absolutely think he's a phenomenal actor, like right up there with Dave Bautista and Dwayne Johnson. They've elevated themselves beyond their WWE career to the point of being like real genuine actors. Like there's some like genuine drama in this that's actually pretty moving. Like the whole thing with Mern, I thought with Clemson Mern, I thought was really, really interesting and really poignant at one time. And I even said this when me and Rich and the rest of our friends were watching it on stream, where it's like the character of Clemson Mern feels like an apology of sorts from DC for the character arc that I think it was not Steve from Wonder Woman 84 did, where it's like they both Steve from Wonder Woman 84 and Clemson Mern took over. What the heck? Hang on a minute. Okay. I don't want to get DMCA'd here. I don't know why that started happening. But both of them like took over someone's body. But but the series treats it. The series and the movie treat it completely differently. Like Wonder Woman 84, they don't even think about the moral applications of that, and Wonder Woman just has sex with Steve while he's inhabiting someone else's body. And meanwhile, like Mern goes on to say, like he's mentally tortured over the fact that he has to live in someone else's body, making choices for them and taking away their right to choose.
You know what?
I will say, to be fair, though, in Wonder Woman 84's defense, and I don't know if they officially I forget if they officially confirmed this or not in Peacemaker, but I think once a butterfly takes over someone's body, that's it for them. That's it for that person. Their game over.
They did
dead.
say that.
But at least in Wonder Woman 84, the guy wound up being okay. They didn't kill him.
Butterflies are digging in the skulls like leeches. Boom. It reminds me of Slither. Remember Slither? They was digging in the brains. I don't know if you ever saw it.
I know the movie. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah. She was crazy. Leeches.
Yeah, I mean,
it kind of reminds me of Night of the Creeps a little bit. I caught the Night of the Creeps vibes with this butterfly thing. I was like, okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah, I
definitely see where this is going. I'm sorry.
I kept expecting the butterflies to tie back to Shazam, actually. Okay. Just because at the end of the first Shazam movie, there's a character named Mr. Mind who's like this hyper intelligent like caterpillar that speaks to the main villain from Shazam while he's in prison. So I thought, oh, okay, so this is his plan. Like he's doing some sort of invasion or something. But no, it turned out not to be connected with him. And it was even funnier considering the cameo at the end of the series, or season rather, and you don't actually see. Well, there are two notable absences from that, from the Justice League. Shazam, although to be fair, in canon he hasn't met the Justice League yet,
Okay.
outside of Superman, and two, Batman. Like Batman was not in that lineup, which I think was kind of interesting. I don't know if that was done on purpose because they're not sure what they want to do with Batman since they have the Batman coming out soon.
Can you imagine
I'm gonna
Robert
guess it's
Pattinson part of the
because
Justice League on that one? Could you really imagine that?
I don't think it's part of the same universe, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
I,
But
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
say it's because yeah, Batman they're not totally sure yet, and Superman they're not sure, but I think they were probably able to just kind of make a silhouette that didn't really suggest Henry Cavill or anyone else. Batman, it's like Ben Affleck's Batman and Robert Pattinson Batman. Like the silhouettes of them would look like completely different.
Yeah, although I guess you could have just made like a generic Batman silhouette if you wanted to, but
maybe they
that's splitting hairs.
or
Uh,
or let's see. I'm looking at it right now. I see Superman, Aqua, Flash, Wonder Woman, minus obviously Cyborg, obviously,
yeah.
and
Oh yeah, I forgot.
of course
Oh yeah.
Batman. What's
And
funny? What's super
sorry.
funny? What's super funny is I'm looking at it. And I'm looking at it in the sense like, I'm looking at it like, okay, this is cute. This is good. I like this. I'll roll with this. And then all of a sudden I see, oh, they really pulled like the real Aquaman the Flash, and this the whole fish joke, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah, that
Flash
was
is like,
hilarious.
Yeah,
I
that was
thought
great.
that was. I wouldn't
Caught me
mind
off
watching
guard.
them team up and just do a movie. I would just love to see the energy between these two in an actual 2-hour series. I think
Hmm.
they would rock together like Aquaman and Flash. I don't care how you do it. Make it a series. Make it an HBO series. Actually, let's do an HBO series with just Aquaman and Flash, just to see what happens.
Hmm.
I think it would work. I
Yeah, I mean,
personally
Water
think it
and
would work.
lightning.
I would personally be more invested in that than I am in the current Flash movie,
Oh,
which
shit.
so far all I know about it is that I almost said Ben Affleck, that is that Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman, but that's neither that's not that that's
I mean, if they
beside the
showed
point.
Reverse Flash or something, I would at least be a little more hyped.
Yeah.
I think
But
it-
one other thing I really appreciated about Peacemaker is how much it made me care about the side characters, or the quote unquote, like uh like John Economos and Harcourt
I thought
and
about
like
you with John Economos for a moment. I just thought about you,
yeah,
just with the
no,
beard. I mean, you're not
no,
dyed beard. You're definitely
yeah,
not dyed
no,
beard. Pure
no,
Viking.
I'm not old
He's
enough to be
he's
a
pre
diebeard.
Diebeard Economos.
Word.
But yeah, like the fact that I even remember their names is incredible, considering none of them are superheroes. None of them like they all have like their cool moments, but like none of them are as memorable in to most people as like some of the other
Like
superhero
vigilante.
characters, like Vigilante or
Like,
Peacemaker or Matter Eater Lad
got you.
or
Or
Kite
Judo Master.
Man or Judo Master. Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm,
kept thinking that Judo Master was possessed, or
I
You would
thought
or
so
think he
like
would have
too
been.
or that he was a butterfly.
until he was eating nachos and crying, and I was like, okay, this may not be him. But
Yeah,
the fact that I don't even know his height. He looked 2 feet. He just looked like
yeah.
a bullet midget. Pardon the expression. And
Eh,
it just looked like
Never heard that before.
nah. He just looked like he just looked like like he would look. He looks like a small time villain sneaking in the banks, stealing it, everything, and then coming right out. Like, it would have been really nice if Peacemaker and Judo Master would have shot the one just one on one without any interference, just to see how it would have went down. Because that fight scene was actually looking really interesting. I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
cool, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Every time I see Judo Master, I just kept thinking of Elliot Page's character in Super,
Okay.
because they had a very similar vibe, similar energy, and for some reason my brain connected it as like a similar costume, even though
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna post it in the comments here. If I can figure out how to do that. Hold on.
You should be able to do.
There
Oh,
you
there
go.
you
I
go.
put
You
it.
got it.
That was me. That was me.
Oh,
Yeah, no, here we go. Even though like Elliot Page's costume and Judo Master don't look the same, I guess they look kind of similar in the face.
Uh-huh.
So that's why
I'll share it.
every single time I was watching Judo Master, I kept thinking Judo Master was played by a woman,
Got you. Got you.
even though again, like they're not really that similar in terms of costumes.
I see. I see.
Similar
mean-
color scheme, just more with her. It's more so the yellow is
Look
the
like
primary,
looks
and
like
then with
reverse
him, the green
Riddler.
is more so the primary.
Looks
Yeah.
reverse for
Little bit.
Riddler.
Or like Iron Fist. I also get Iron Fist vibes.
I get you
Yeah, I
that.
could
I
see
give you
that.
that. I can see that. I could definitely see that. Like that looks like. I mean, all right. I gotta watch Super.
Yeah, no, Super's a highly underrated film. It's like it was the first thing I ever saw with like James Gunn's name attached to it, which is like so like after I watched this and then I later found out about Guardians of the Galaxy like 2 years later and
Got you.
yeah, but let's see.
All right.
Well, so what did you
Vigilante.
got?
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, what did you guys think about the villains, the butterflies?
Actually,
They were all right.
before we hit the butterflies, and I know this is gonna sound crazy coming from me. Let's Peacemaker's dad.
Hmm.
Like I'm like, okay, got the clan in this. I'm sitting there looking at this like, oh, we got clan shit. Okay, but I didn't think he was gonna pull the trigger. I thought Vigilante was gonna be like, scooch aside. I'll take care of this.
Yeah, I thought for sure that like someone else had shot his dad and that like they were gonna be like behind him or something.
Yeah.
I had the same thing, and then wow factor yet again. I'm like, yo, he really did it. I
Yeah.
don't remember the last time I saw something in a movie that shocked me the way that episode did. And what's crazy, this is the second time John Cena has killed this man. The first time was in the movie The Marine, when they both. It was John Cena's acting debut. The guy, I don't know if you played Street Fighter 5, right?
Yeah.
The character Birdie.
Mhm.
One of the moves is he takes the chain, throws him up, boom, boom, throws him up there and just brings him down like a fishing line.
Yeah.
That's how he killed him. That's how he killed him.
It was the same actor, Robert Patrick.
Yes, the same.
Wow.
Like if you look at like, I wish I could bring it up. Just type in the Marine. Literally, the first movie that those two fought each other, and I'm like, John Cena just finding brutal ways to kill the T-1000, basically. He's just finding new ways to kill this man. Don't be surprised if another 8 movies later they are fighting each other again in some type of show. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, the clan thing. I'm like, okay, vigilante, like Economos, Diebeard comes in. Notice how Diebeard was the clutch man. He was the clutch. With the gorilla chainsaw gorilla.
Yeah, we'd always come in at the last minute.
Like, yo, this man, like, you need him on the team. You need him on the team. Like, I'm sitting there like, yo, you didn't expect it coming. He just comes in like, I'm like, oh, okay, good ending. And I'm just sitting there like, yo, this is crazy.
I kept thinking he was gonna die in the last episode.
Yeah,
like,
I was a little stressed there. I felt that.
I'm glad he didn't.
Was not expecting him living. Seriously. I'm like, bro, how did Mern die? But he lives.
Well, I guess it helps that that Mern was an original character created for the show.
Okay.
And John Economos is an actual like comic book character.
They need to
Even
give
though
him
he's not like even though even though Economos is not, a
He looks just like him. I got a picture of him right now. Dude looks. He, the character looks. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up.
yeah. Just
Yeah.
send it to Rich.
Yeah,
He'll
if you post in the comments, I'll just share it.
Okay,
I'll just share
I'm
on
gonna
the
pull him
screen.
right here.
yeah.
Dude looks just like him. Josh, I'm not gonna lie, kind of looks like you a little bit. I mean, I'm saying that in a positive way. Like, dude's bananas. I'm like, dude looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure in season 2,
Oh wow,
his
it debuted
beard's gonna.
1985.
Yeah, he's been
Bro.
around for a while. I'm sure in season 2, his beard's gonna go white.
He's just gonna dye it even more.
Or no,
Probably.
I think he's just not gonna dye it anymore. Is what I mean.
He's gonna pull a girlfriend.
Oh,
I think he's gonna pull a girlfriend in this. I think he's gonna have a girlfriend. Like John Economos is a dude I can grab a beer with and just chill with and talk shit with. Like the dude's pretty cool, amazing.
Yeah.
I love him. I gotta give him props for that, yo. But now I kind
And
of want to get. I'm gonna try to see the comic book that had him like the first, the first him in it. Like, hey, okay, let's like, how does he really roll? You know?
mm,
yeah, I've
yeah,
never heard of majority of these characters in the
Word.
show
yeah.
Like,
That's
I,
before this
one
this
thing
show.
that I almost said Joss Whedon. What the hell? That is one thing that James Gunn does exceedingly well. Is he loves deep cuts when it comes to comic books.
okay.
So like the fact that he name checks like Batmite and friggin' Matter Eater Lad and Kite Man and Peacemaker is just like that's just his style.
He makes the second rank heroes lit.
Absolutely. Like he did that with Guardians and now he's doing that with the quote unquote joke characters of DC, like
Mark
Polka
Yoon
Dot
giving you a
Man.
shout out. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, so Mark said, I don't know if it's the shirt, but Joseph looks like a black Tom Welling. Somebody give this man a spinoff.
Yo, I mad props to him. Mad props to this kid. I love him. I love him. I love him. Like he made like all right. I gotta give Gunn like I know we gotta go back to butterflies, but he loves putting the secondary characters on blast and he makes them look good. Like
I mean, well, yeah, like you look at
I
like
appreciate that.
you look at what he did with Polka Dot Man and the Suicide Squad. Like
He made him a
nobody,
killer. Like
yeah, like
like I
nobody
actually
respected Polka Dot Man until that movie came out.
Yeah.
word. I was like, who is he? Like, one of those characters you like. They're doing a signing, but then first off, the character cast on him was pretty good.
Mm.
Character cast on him was pretty good because the dude he's always playing a
That
crazy
actor's
guy.
been in a lot of DC stuff.
He's
funnily
been
enough.
crazy in every one.
Yeah,
He's
for
had some
some
type of mental instability and everything. He reminds me of the guy who did Willard, whatever the guy's name is, who did Willard.
yeah, for some
Um,
reason I keep thinking that the guy that played Polka Dot Man is the guy that played Baron Zemo, but I know that's wrong.
Nah,
no. But I get what you're talking about. I
it's
get what you're
David
talking about.
Bruh.
Like what's the? I need to find out what this guy's name is.
It's like
Oh,
I know he has a complicated last name, which doesn't especially help, but
just look
Wait,
up actor that
I'm
played
looking him
Polka
up.
Dot Man.
I'm looking him up if I can find him. Okay, that's the old Crispin Glover. There he goes. Crispin
Oh,
Glover.
okay. I've heard that. Wait,
wait, Crispin Glover
hold
doesn't
on.
play Polka Dot Man.
No. He played. He was the other crazy guy who always does those crazy movies and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah, like like every time you see
an
some
interview with
insane villain
him.
character henchman, Crispin Glover.
Oh well,
Now
Crispin
Crispin
Glover's just
Glover's been
nuts in
replaced.
general.
Yeah, Crispin Glover's now been replaced with. I'm gonna look up Polka Dot Man right now. Um, hold up,
Um,
but yeah, please, if you go into butterflies, I'm gonna look for this guy right now.
well, I was gonna say,
David Daltmatian.
oh yeah, David
Dalmatian.
Dalstalmachian. Yeah,
That's
That is a
a lot.
complicated
What
name.
you just said, a whole lot going on right
yeah.
there.
I like I said, his last name's complicated. But I heard you bring up Vigilante before, so you want to talk about Vigilante first?
I want to say Deadpool, but like on acid, maybe trippy. I'm just
He
throwing
is
it out there.
definitely kind of a and not in a bad way. He's kind of like a discount Deadpool. I feel like,
Wow.
he's still
Wow.
probably my favorite character in the show,
Hold
though.
up. I need to drink for this one. Hold on. I gotta
I
bring the
mean, I
bottle
mean,
out.
vigilante. I kind of have a problem with people constantly comparing anyone that kills people and makes jokes to Deadpool.
But what other
Well, it
person
is
do
the
we know
outfit too,
kills
though.
people and makes
Yeah.
jokes? Like what other the next Comic Con we're going to see Vigilante versus Deadpool. It's
Oh,
going to
absolutely.
happen.
I
I'm
will be upset if there is not a flash mob to wigwams. Do you want to taste it at some point?
I'm not gonna lie. The sound the sound I like the soundtrack. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
the
lie, I like the
soundtrack's
soundtrack.
amazing.
I was sitting there like I would never thought I would listen to this, but the way like can we talk about the intro like after
Oh
Vigilante?
yeah.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I couldn't hit skip because I actually wanted to learn the dances.
Yeah, I like one of the things that I'm actually tempted to do for next year's or this year's rather comic New York Comic Con is dressing up as Peacemaker and doing the dance.
I will be right there with a video camera for that one.
But or maybe I'll just go as Economos since I seem to look so much like him.
Dude, I'm telling you, they're gonna be like, yo, that's
I would
Economos.
probably have to dress
And
as Vigilante because there's no way I can do that
I
dance
think
without smiling. At least if I was Vigilante, you couldn't see my face.
mm, I'm telling you right now, I'm there with the camera all day. I'm there with the camera all day. It's
I
gonna be
think there's
lit.
just something especially funny about people just doing the most ridiculous friggin' dances, just with the most straightest deadpan faces.
yeah, I remember people.
I can't believe they got him doing it. No, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, sorry.
No, it's
Let me
okay.
just hit this real quick.
I remember people on TikTok were speculating like, "Oh, the reason that dance is actually a butterfly thing. Like, what if that means that they're all possessed by the end of it, except for Vigilante because you can't see his face?" And like that would have been interesting, but that's just not how it played out.
No,
I did
or
try to think. I
maybe
did try to like actually analyze it. Like, is there a reason this is the intro, or?
I
Yeah,
have
But
the.
no, it's just
I think I might have an answer to that one. I think I might have an answer to that one. You couldn't look away.
yeah,
You couldn't look away. You're like, like, like he went. All right. What I've noticed about Gunn as the movies progress, he loves retro.
he
He could
loves the
turn
80s
oh
and
yeah,
he could turn like wow, like he could literally effing turn retro stuff into the newest. Like, yo, this song is amazing. Let me hear it. Let me do it. And I'm sitting there like, I can't skip this song. Like,
it'd be
everyone has time for
sacrilegious
rock and
too.
roll.
well yeah, literally the skip intro button for Peacemaker just cancels your HBO Max subscription.
Pretty much. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm like, I HBO's onto something. Like I think they've nailed it. I think infant like aside from another Batman movie, which that's a whole drinking session with that in general. He's saving the universe.
Hmm.
The universe is being saved by this man.
It also helps that like with his music choices, he picks like really weird bands that you've
Word.
that I mean,
Yeah, I've
and
never
this
heard
is
some of these
just
guys before.
I mean, and this comes from me having grown up in the 90s, so this stuff was before my time. But even like
I grew up in the 80s. So, my I grew up in the 80s and I used to get those CDs that used to come in the mail and never pay the bill.
mm,
So every now and then I experiment with some new shit that just came in the mail. I was like, yo, this is the way.
mm.
You can also tell by like a lot of the fonts he uses for like the credits or like intros. They're very like I don't know what like from like 80s bands and stuff. I'm
Yeah,
not
like hair
explaining.
metal.
Yeah, like that
It's
sci-fi
he's
metal kind of.
found the I get what you're saying. He's found a way that he all jokes aside, this man has found a way to literally alter your psychology when you watch his shit. Plain and simple. Like, remember Guardians of the Galaxy? I wanted the mixtape. I wanted the mixtape. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I ended up buying the soundtrack on
Word.
CD
I was like,
because
yo, I was like, yo, I bought the mixtape. I was like, yo, I got it. Because some of these songs I actually didn't know. Like, I watched Beavis and Butthead as a kid. It was the shit talking about in schools. Some of the songs was on there. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Like, it was bananas. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, this works. I don't know how, but it works. Futuristic flow, 80s soundtrack music. All that was missing out of Peacemaker was a Walkman, and I would have been hooked for life. A Sony Walkman with tape, not DVD.
I'm sure if they show more flashbacks of him as a kid, he'd probably be rocking a Walkman.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm actually Vigilante needs to stand alone. 4 episodes. That's all I'm saying. 4 episodes. That's it. I just want to see. Dude went to prison. Like he's like, yo, I'm gonna just go in there and just kill him. And he went in there, messed it up, but still he's like,
I definitely think that recasting Vigilante was the right decision because the guy that they got to play him in this is phenomenal.
he was
Wait, they
recast. Who was the
recasted?
original guy?
The original guy, I forget what his name was, but I know they filmed like 5 episodes with him, like 5 out of the 8 episodes with him before James Gunn
I need to see the
was
guy.
like
Can
no,
someone research
that's
him?
let me look
him
it up.
Yeah,
look
this
it
is
up.
news to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, hold
'Cause
on.
this guy works at like Cracker Barrel, and I'm like, yo, but this, like, I'm not trying to be funny, but this looks like some Wade Wilson shit. Like the dude would legit straight up, like, hey, I'm Wade Wilson. Yeah, I work at No, you know what? Wade Wilson would be the type of person who work at Pure Imports if it still existed. And Vigilante is the type of guy who would work at either Five Below or the food serving industry. Just for like, yo, seriously, he does this for a living. It's like that. And it's just bananas. But yeah, I need to know who this new guy was.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm looking at.
Chris Conrad. The guy's name was Chris Conrad.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him in anything else, at least that I can think of.
Let's see here.
Oh, wait. What? I don't know. I don't.
Well, I know that
Oh.
whoever.
I see it. I understand now.
I know
I
that.
get it. I'm about to show it to you. I'm about to show it to you. I understand why they did it. Yeah. He was probably like. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
The whole reason he was recast, at least according to interviews, is because he didn't like the comedic take that or the comedic interpretation of Vigilante. He wanted to play him a lot more serious, and he kept fighting with James Gunn on the character's direction, which is why he ended up getting booted from the series.
Wait, I just want to make sure this is the right. I just want to make sure this is the right guy.
Mm.
Because if it's not the right guy, then I'm like, yo.
So who was the guy that was originally playing him again? Do we know?
Chris Conrad.
Chris Conrad's the original guy.
I think this might be him. The dude doesn't look like he would even play an actor working at Cracker Barrel. The guy looks like, I think what he wanted to do, like, he looks like a soap opera dude.
Like yeah, well, I mean, like,
yeah. Wait, post him real quick. Make sure I got the right guy. I mean, I'm not knocking him. The guy's probably an excellent superhero in every single way, but he doesn't look like he would play this role because he's, he looks serious. He looks like he's being SWAT.
He looks more like he played Deathstroke.
Yeah, I mean, like apparently he.
Yes, Can he do that? Is it possible? Can he go down like this?
I mean, if they don't ask the guy that was, if they don't ask the guy that played Deathstroke in the teaser during Justice League to come back.
Yeah, because I would like that guy to play him still.
Yeah, he would be. He would be.
But I'm saying if he's
or a younger Ra's al Ghul or something like that.
Although it would be fun to have him come back in some way.
Court of Owls. The owls.
to Peacemaker, like maybe in season 2 somewhere.
He would
Have him be like an evil vigilante.
nah. He would be like. I think he would be in Hitman. He would definitely be a hitman for Amanda Waller.
You
Like
know,
I
who
could
I could
definitely say
see him
that.
as, even though even though there's no way that this would show up in Peacemaker, I could see him playing like Hush.
Oh, I could see that because I
Yes,
could kind
I
of
can
see him
see him
being a
as a
discount
Batman
Bruce
villain.
Wayne, and Hush is kind of a discount Bruce Wayne.
Wait, here. Look, I got him with the whole cast. I got him with the whole cast. You can definitely tell one does not look like the other. Like you can look at
Yeah,
this and you
I
like if
definitely liked how gangly Vigilante was compared to like John Cena.
John. Look, all jokes aside, and I know I'm probably going to get hated on the internet for this. I don't think I have. I've watched a lot of Rock movies. I've seen this come up from Disney to being in the same beige shirt in the jungle, 4 different occasions fighting things, and the one time he had hair in the rundown, which he's been flawless and he's flawless.
Mm.
I don't know about Black Adam. I don't know.
I'm
I'm getting a little concerned
I'm
about Black Adam.
interested. I'm interested in Black Adam. Did they actually put out a full trailer yet? I haven't
No,
been
just that
keeping
little
it.
teaser of him
Yeah,
wrecking the one guy.
I'm a little concerned about Black Adam. I don't know
Yeah,
why. I got a gut feeling cuz I'm like, can he go full villain?
yeah. I
Like
mean, like they tried to do that in Doom, and that didn't really.
and then because he made a joke, he's like, "This is supposed to happen to me," and then he got sucked into the thing, and I'm like, "Okay." Like I
Yeah.
know this is aside from the Peacemaker, but can he go? Can The Rock go full villain?
Well, the thing about I
Well,
think the thing about like his interpretation of Black Adam is he's gonna make him an anti-hero.
yeah, Black Adam actually is an anti-hero a lot.
Now, but
If he was
how?
Dark Side, that'd be a different story.
See, anti-hero. What is an anti-hero? I mean, I know what it is, but like, how will we like? Is there different interpretations? Like Venom is an anti-hero.
Well, yeah, like Venom is an anti-hero. Technically, Deadpool is an anti-hero. You know, the basically an anti-hero is just a superhero who does things outside of the traditional rule of law,
Yeah,
but
they're more
Like
still
extreme.
works
Morbius
for
is an
like
anti-hero, and I can't
yes.
wait till that drops. But I don't know about this one. I don't know. I'm a little concerned, a little scared. I know. I like. Please don't judge me, internet, and and hopefully don't kill me.
I
But
mean,
do you see this happening? Like, do you really
I
see
mean, it
like
is. I guess maybe it's just the lack of info on it. That's
yeah,
maybe
there's
the
been a
what.
lot of
secrecy?
there's been a lot of radio silence for a good majority of DC films ever since honestly ever since Shazam dropped.
Mhm.
Like because I don't really count the Snyder cut because that's just a recut of of a previously existing movie.
That was the
Yeah.
Bible. That was a Bible movie. That was the Ten Commandments. It's
Yeah,
Justice
see,
League.
I still haven't seen it. I
Wait,
still
what?
yeah, I haven't seen the Snyder cut. I haven't seen the theatrical cut of Justice League.
Fam, I'm telling you, Skull, I'm telling you right now. Wake up at 4 in the morning. I guarantee you by 10 o'clock you'll be done with the movie.
God.
Yeah,
like
maybe like 8 a.m.
like yeah, like you gotta watch the whole thing straight. It's just
I mean, I think
like
you could watch it in parts. I think I did. I think I watched the
but
first half one night and the other half the other night.
but I watched it straight. I gave up something of my soul to watch it. Like I woke up at 4 and I was like, okay, kids asleep. No one's gonna bother me. Let me just watch this. So then I watched it, and then next thing you know, I'm like, this is the way. But then I'm like, I'm like, it was the Cyborg show, and I loved it because I love the cut because the Cyborg show it was like that was Vision. That was Vision. I hate comparing characters like that, but Cyborg was Vision,
I guess he kind of is the Vision. Well,
the Vision show,
Well,
if
and he
Martian
killed
Manhunter
it.
was there, he would be the Vision.
yeah,
He'd be
but
Vision. But out
Of
of
course,
them,
of
yeah,
course.
Cyborg definitely is
um,
probably the closest.
but like the whole thing is that well, what I was getting at was that we haven't really heard very much about the new DC films beyond the Batman for like several
Twilight,
years.
Twilight as a
Yeah,
vigilante.
yeah, and I just and so it's gotten to the point where I actually where like I want to look forward to more DC films because I'm at my in my heart of hearts I'm more a DC guy than a Marvel guy. Um, but the track record, unfortunately, for theatrical releases has been hit and miss over and over again. Because, like, on one hand, because, like, for every good movie that there is for a DC, there seems to be at least one bad movie.
Let's up that number. Let's up that a little bit for every one good one, which is usually Batman. There's like 5 movies that suck. That's everyone else except one. I actually like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was pretty cool.
Oh
I
yeah, the
like the one.
first Wonder Woman's great.
You
Uh,
didn't like 84.
84 is
I
bad.
Well, you
84 is
weren't
a
born in the
bad
80s.
movie.
You didn't know some of that stuff was that you
I didn't really mind Wonder Woman 84. I mean,
if some of the 80s
definitely
stuff
not my
was there,
favorite.
but you was born in I'm just saying you was kind of in the 90s, so I'm looking at you like yeah,
I mean, just as a story, it's a mess.
well, it was the movie was based on wishful thinking. Like literally with Cheetah in it.
But like I'm talking about like movies I can I can love without qualifying it. Like for me, the that boils down to like 6 DC films.
I thought there was only
3 of
6
which
DC. I thought there was only 6 DC films.
no, well, I'm talking about in general. Oh no, wait. If we're talking
Are we
about in
talking
general,
about
then
before they started doing the
yeah,
DCEU?
Like
yeah,
BDC before DC.
yeah. Like
Okay.
if in that case, I'm talking about 8 films. You got Superman 1 and 2.
Wait,
Uh,
Christopher Reeve
yeah, Christopher
or
Reeve.
okay.
Christopher Reeve. And then you got the Dark Knight trilogy. So that's 5.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
Shazam, Wonder Woman, and The Suicide Squad. Not Suicide Squad, The Suicide
Wow.
Squad. Those, in my
Wow.
opinion, are the only good DC films. Outside
No,
of,
no
I
TV
guess.
series. No, not
Oh,
like
well,
not.
I said films.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
I was just making. Okay, all right, dude, you just skipped like a whole life of,
Oh, because
of
I was wondering
DC.
why he didn't say that the Batman movies. But I
Yeah,
guess
like
that's why.
he went Christopher Nolan. Like he was like, okay, the first 2 Christopher Reeve, then Christopher Nolan. So not even Michael Keaton Batman is in that.
I I mean I like those movies. I don't feel the urge to go back to them as much as I do for the Dark Knight trilogy personally.
You're a
And I
'90s
know and
baby.
I know and I know that it's that if my and Ragiroth's mutual friend Peter were in on this call, he would crawl for me to be crucified if I
To
said
be, I
At
mean, to be
least
honest,
anything that
I don't mind the older I actually don't mind the older Batman movies, but I prefer the Dark Knight trilogy, and there's parts of
again
the
I
newer Batman movies I
again
kind
those
of
are
I'll
like
co-
good
too.
I'll
movies. They're
confess.
they're good movies. So
In other
I
words,
would add I would honestly add Batman through Forever. Through like Batman Returns and Batman Forever. I would qualify as as good movies.
wait. Wait, hold up. You said Batman Forever? Hold
Yeah,
up.
I like that movie. It's stupid. Like
Okay, wait. But
some
the Riddler, Jim Carrey. He
yeah.
made. If anyone could be a Riddler, it would be him.
Yeah,
Out like he saved the movie. He put the movie on his back. Jim Carrey. Honestly speaking, Jim Carrey put the movie on his back.
and I am
Jack
I am
Nicholson.
I don't think
disappointed.
I've actually ever fully
You-
seen Batman
Like,
Forever.
all right,
I-
I did see it. Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face. That was reaching, in my
Hmm.
opinion, with that one.
Well,
Like,
the
this is
problem
U.S.
is that,
Marshals is Two-Face. I'm like, all right, you
well,
like it, I love it.
for
No,
me, the
no, but
problem with that was that they recast, or they took away a role that should have been for Billy D. Williams, because
this
he
is
was
true.
Harvey Dent in the original
And
Yeah.
Batman
and
movie.
he did kill it. He did
Yeah.
kill it. And Tom, I'm like, all right, so he got skin bleaching, and then he became horribly scarred on the left side. But my guy, really, not like, I know we're Peacemaker focused, but really not the first Batman, Michael Keaton Batman.
I mean, again, I like it. It's just I feel like I can't. I feel like I can't sit through it as easily as the other movies I listed.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know.
I,
When we watched it recently, I don't know.
See,
It
this
just
is
maybe hasn't
proof.
aged that well. I don't know.
It's not that.
I mean, I love the '89
Okay,
outfit.
we're
It's
revealing
awesome.
this is an age reveal moment here. So you guys grew up with tech. You got tech behind you. I grew up when you had to take the person was in the studio, had to draw one cell and draw another one and another one. I'm not that old, but and so really, Jack Nicholson's Joker just doesn't do it for you. I mean,
I
Heath
mean,
Ledger's
no, I
God.
mean
I mean,
he's
yeah, he
fantastic.
is my favorite.
I
Wow.
mean, Jack Nicholson's great. He's phenomenal in that movie, and I think it boils down to, I think what it really boils down to is, oddly enough, despite my shirt, uh, I am more of a Superman guy than a Batman guy, and I always feel like whenever I always feel like a Mets fan when I talk about my preferred superhero,
He's
because
a solar
nobody
powered solar powered alien. That's it.
because
Solar powered alien.
nobody likes Superman anymore.
It's
Like everybody got tired of like the character archetype that could just do anything and like be super
Funny
strong
thing
and
is,
like
because because
the Henry Cavill movies actually made me like Superman. I
yeah,
never really
Henry
liked him
Henry
before. Now I
Henry
actually like
the
Superman.
The Witcher is God as Superman. Plain as like plain as day. The Witcher's God as Superman, and for that he gets his flowers, hands down.
yeah, I just
Christopher
wish
Reeve
he
was just too
had better.
perfect.
I just
Like,
wish Henry Cavill had better material to work with, because
wow.
he's a phenomenal actor, but I
Actually,
do feel like the scripts for those movies were not good.
so let's make James Gunn in charge of us. Let's put James Gunn in a Superman movie. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah,
Cause
because I mean, I think he did a kind of a Superman horror film called or
Brightburn,
maybe
Oh
Brightburn.
yeah. Oh,
Brightburn,
that was
Brightburn,
James Gunn.
I
Yeah,
think it
he
was
produced
James
it. He
Gunn.
produced. I was just looking him up. He produced it.
Oh, okay.
But I
Yeah, so he
have yet
wasn't
to see
directing or writing it then.
if James Gunn. All right, I'll say this. I think if James Gunn was to help create Black Adam, I think it would be highly successful.
See, here's the thing, though. I think about if just James Gunn just did everything, I kind of fear, and I guess it's maybe not the worst thing. I just think maybe everything, because he has a certain style, and I think if all the superhero movies were just like that style, they wouldn't feel as special or
Special.
unique.
Well,
If you get
I
my
get that.
drift.
I get you, but let's not forget in the realm of Marvel, Donny Cates is actually kind of like that guy where he's just once he starts putting the pen to pad and writing the story, it's like you can't stop reading.
Yeah, I
You know,
mean, I I definitely I definitely see both sides of the argument,
Mhm.
where it's like everything that James Gunn has done so far for the DC universe has been phenomenal. So I absolutely want him to be in charge of more projects, but but also, like what Rich said, it's like you got to make sure that each thing has their own proper identity,
Yes.
and not only that, but if you lean too hard on one director, nice.
No, no.
Uh,
I'm just no, no. Please finish. I'm just trying to
but if you
move the light
lean
out.
too hard on one director, you run the risk of falling into the exact same pitfalls as the early DCEU films, where it's like every single thing was made by Zack Snyder, so they all were grim and dark and depressing.
But that was more
And
like yeah, you're
and
right. You're
so it's
definitely
like
right.
so it's like you got to be So I do think that variety is the spice of life when it comes to cinematic universes. Although there will always be those bigger names that when people mention that they're involved, like people will get excited. Like Taika Waititi, anytime you see him in the director's chair of a Marvel movie, you know it's going to be fun. Or the Russo brothers, at that point, you know it's going to be like a super heavy action, like well written action
A well
story.
written 3 to 4 hour movie.
The other thing too, I was also going to say, if one person did do everything, they also might just get tired out or just have to rush things because they're not able to finish everything in time. But at least if you give them some more room,
I got you.
they'll be able to
Then,
have the time
then,
to work on the thing.
then Warner Brothers needs to really dig deep and find some diverse
Mm,
writers to spark the hell out of DC, because Peacemaker is definitely a sign of things to come.
mm.
If you like, I'll just say, like, Peacemaker is definitely a sign of things to come. Like, let's move all of the Warner Brother properties to HBO Max and give them the R rating, and let's just see how it flows. Because I think if we start putting the R rating on things, it's just gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Hon-
Or at least make it like, shit. I'll take a Reverse Flash miniseries.
Honestly, you know what I want? I want
Zelda.
James Gunn to do.
What's up?
I want James Gunn to do a live action Green Lantern series.
I was actually going to say, I think Green
Ooh.
Lantern would actually be really good for him, especially because it's like he's already done like sci-fi stuff with Guardians of the
I,
Galaxy, and Green Lantern
I
is
got one. Let's
very
go.
space
Let's
and
go in more
sci-fi as
detail.
well.
Let's do James Gunn, Guy Gardner.
Hmm.
Or no. Wait, I'm sorry. I got one better.
You mean
You're
you
right.
mean
James Gunn, Lobo series.
That I could definitely
that
see.
would be
Boom.
cool.
Kill it. He would kill it. Can't.
Yeah.
Got to drink. Sorry. Got to get a sip of wine for this. He he will. You put James Gunn in charge of Lobo, you're gonna have a mega hit on your hands. Gonna have a mega hit on your hands.
And they've been trying to put out they've been trying to make like a Lobo series for years, whether it's like an animated one or
The dude is
what
The dude
else.
is the Toxic Avenger, Tromaville. Every, bro, I'm sorry, just excited.
Mm.
He got a daughter now. Daughter's name's Crush.
Hmm.
Fam, do the daughter, and then make the guy who got kicked off as vigilante just be Lobo.
I
Boom.
think it would be I think it would be hilarious
I gotta
if they
tweet that.
got
I'm sorry, I gotta tweet that.
I think it would be hilarious if they got Brad Garrett to play Lobo like he did in Superman the animated series, even
That
though
would
he's
be
probably
awesome, though. Is he might be a little too old now. That's the thing.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing. He's like he doesn't really have the right body type, and
He just has that voice.
he is
yeah.
probably too
If he was in
old.
his 30s, he's 61.
Yeah, no,
He's
If it
Brad
was the
Garrett.
Everybody
61.
Loves Raymond days, then maybe
He would be Lobo's father, and then the guy who actually kills off the planet, would be him.
Mm.
But I'm that's
That's
it.
it.
That's the
Oh,
miniseries. Make it a series on HBO. Run
so
5 seasons and let's get it popping.
can we
Now you anti-hero Lobo, kill it. I'm sorry, just, like boom.
just take a moment to appreciate uh, the foresight with which Peacemaker is written? In the
Yes.
very first episode, the janitor says to what calls Peacemaker a racist superhero and says you only kill minorities. And so
Word.
Peacemaker promises to kill more white people in the future. And
Yeah.
then second to last episode, he kills a bunch of the KKK.
No. Economos killed the
Well,
KKK.
yeah.
oh yeah, he kills most of
Him
them.
and his team, like he kills his dad, who's a real big problem in the KKK.
I'm still trying to understand that one. I'm still like
I
they
mean, you
like I just read the first issue of Lobo. I'm still on it. I just read the first issue of Peacemaker with Black Label DC. They got to come up with a suitable origin story for this kid, because
mm,
I'm like, yo, I bought the four, like he's only been in. I bought the 4-part miniseries. I haven't read it yet because it's like the '80s, but my man needs a decent story, because all I know is he knows every gun and he can kill anyone if he needs to, and
yeah, I
peace by
mean,
any means necessary.
he
I'm
has
like,
been touted as like DC's Punisher.
I'm telling you, like in the comic book,
Yeah, in the
savage.
comics, that's what he's known as.
I first saw DC's Punisher more as Red Hood, but he's probably more of DC's Winter Soldier.
Mm, that's true.
Um,
So,
mm,
what do you guys think will happen in season 2?
It's really hard to say because there was like the only really kind of cliffhangers were is that Judo Master's still around, so I'm sure he's
Mm,
going to play a role, and that he's kind of having I guess visions of his dad still. So
yeah.
he's still probably going to be around, obviously, just as a ghost or hallucination.
the,
They're really the only two things we can go off of. And I just don't know enough about Peacemaker
Or I guess
and those
like
other characters to predict, like, oh, they're going to use blah, 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 blah as the
or I guess
villain for season
what
2.
would you like to see in season 2? I guess is the better question.
I'm gonna be honest. I would like him to have a vision. I will. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I got nothing. I
Yeah,
got nothing.
I just don't know. I don't know enough
I mean,
about him to really be like, oh, I would like to see this
yeah,
character or this outfit or something. That's
I
unfortunately the
guess that
problem.
yeah, I guess that is definitely the problem with a character like Peacemaker is that it's a double-edged sword in that because nobody knows about him, you can pull from the comics and everyone will be surprised.
Yeah.
And that
There's not enough background information on. Oh, Polka Dot Man, but he's dead,
well,
obviously. But
I still think that they should do a prequel series with Polka Dot Man.
I,
I'll
I
take it.
I guess
I
as
will take
Joseph
it.
kind of mentioned earlier, I guess a more non-interrupted fight with Judo Master would be something cool to
Hmm.
look forward to. I know it's a small thing, but
I will
Yeah,
take it.
I would like to see him interact with more of the DC universe.
yeah,
Like
I can agree with
I think
that.
it would be I think it would be great if we could get like a whole episode where him and Shazam are just palling around the entire time. And he doesn't and Peacemaker doesn't realize that Shazam is a kid. So he keeps trying to pressure him into doing all these adult things. And he's like, not no,
I can
not
see
like
this. I can see this.
and so he's like, let's go to the strip club, and he's like, no, no, I can't go there again. Again?
Word.
and
I see this.
and I don't know. Like I just because they shook up the status quo with the ending to Peacemaker season 1, like to the point where there may not be a traditional Suicide Squad movie ever again
Oh,
in the current
oh,
Yeah, because they
canon.
outed the Suicide Squad or Task Force X.
King Shark.
I was
I
gonna
would
Oh
say,
like
yeah,
I
King
think
Shark.
Bloodsport. I would like to see Bloodsport in the show.
I would
Bloodsport
like to see
miniseries.
I would like to see Killer Croc again.
Oh, yeah.
Mini.
I would love if
Oh,
they
oh,
could. I would
oh,
love if they could have characters that were in the first Suicide Squad movie make return
Yeah,
Peacemaker.
like have
Oh,
bring back Katana
yes,
because
yes.
she was in the Suicide Squad for a total of 15 minutes.
I
And she needs
know.
more screen time.
I know. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Killer Croc and I think Katana should have a future on that show. Like characters that kind of got the short end of the stick in
Okay.
either of those Suicide Squad movies should probably have a place on that show.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
I need. I want. I need a King Shark. I'm hoping. I wish they would release the Harley Quinn animated series season 3. To be honest with you,
It's supposed
but
to
I
come out
could.
this year,
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I'm expecting that to come out in like
fall.
May or June.
Oh.
I just needed to drop because I read like after season 2, I read the comic, I read everything, well written, done, love it. Miss T. Franklin, holla, she was the best writer on the planet for that. I need that to drop, but I need a King Shark standalone. Let's make it 3D. Let's make it an animated series. I'll roll with it. I'm
Well,
game.
Are you
I guess
talking
the
about
better
Harley Quinn
question.
King Shark or
Yeah,
Suicide Squad King
No,
yeah,
Shark?
no,
that was going to be my question.
no. Harley Quinn.
Are
Harley,
you,
sorry, I forget the transition. Harley Quinn series season 3, but I need a King Shark standalone
Okay,
piece too.
so you want a Stallone King Shark series?
Whoever voices them.
That's Sylvester Stallone. Yeah,
in
Okay,
live action?
okay. So
yeah,
let's roll
that's
with live
Sylvester
action.
Stallone in live action.
I
Yes.
need like the richness of these characters who are like not trying to be funny, second rate, unheard of. They got some good people. There are some good people who would like to do this. Like I don't, as much as I like Twilight, Batman, sparkly guy. I want to see some new shit. I want to see some new shit. I'm
I
sorry.
definitely,
It's like the 10th, 15th, 20th Batman.
yeah,
God forbid black and white.
I definitely, like I said, I want to be excited for the Flash movie because it's the first time we're ever getting a theatrical Flash movie.
hmm
But it's like because we know so little about it, it's very hard to get hype for it. Same thing for Shazam 2, even though I loved the first one. Uh, Same thing for Black Adam.
I
You
was
know, they're
I
being
was drinking
very,
halfway through Shazam. I was like, all right, if y'all like it, I'll look at it. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get like I got his come up story is amazing. I was just like, all right, I could watch it. It is as you would say.
It's because you're
I
not from
saw it. I
Philly.
saw
That's
it.
why. No, I'm
I
kidding.
saw it. Maybe I'm too old to watch it.
I mean,
I'm like,
it's
maybe
it's just good. I mean, I just appreciated it because it was such a breath of fresh air at the time when it was released. Because every other DC film up until that point had been very doom and gloom, and just people dying and just like all sorts of like collateral damage and like, oh, being a superhero sucks. So it was just nice to see somebody being like, wow, I have superpowers, this is awesome.
Ironic thing is Shazam is maybe more violent in some ways than some of those movies.
Yeah, because
At
like
least the
we see,
scene where the
yeah, where the guy
the
gets his
seven
head bit
sins,
off.
yeah, the seven sins just attack the
I,
boardroom.
Yeah,
like
that struck me as like a very Gremlins-esque type scene.
you wild for that. You called them gremlins.
Yeah.
For me, I was just looking at him like, all right, I could love it, I could take it, I could leave it, it's good. But with Peacemaker, I look for it. Give me a 2 episode, give me like a 4 episode series for Vigilante. Give us some origin stories. At least give us 1 or 2 episodes to lead. Like DC could kill it right now. We see all these people come together to form a team. Economos, if anything, kept the picture. Remember that the picture at the end? He was like, "Yo, I love him. This is a good group."
Mm-hmm.
Let's give them origin stories. Let's give them like a 2 episode origin story to lead us to the greatness. Like phase 2 of Peacemaker or 2.5. Like
I
I want to
definitely,
know more about the background people who made Peacemaker all right. Y'all can keep White Dragon. I don't want to know his come up story. Like it's pretty. We got that going on right now. We don't need that. But the other stuff, let's find out what's good. Let's find out what's like. I want to know how Amanda Waller's daughter's on the team. First off, how was her upbringing? How did this go down? Let me know. Just saying.
So there was a
Yeah.
couple other things I wanted to throw out there.
Go.
So with Vigilante, the funny thing is this actually isn't my first experience with both Vigilante and Adrian Chase. He was actually, well, both Vigilante and Adrian Chase, they were separate people. They were both on Arrow. So this Vigilante, I definitely prefer over the Vigilante on Arrow. That one was very unmemorable. I think this one had just stood out more in a cooler outfit. Adrian Chase, though, so Adrian Chase was actually Prometheus on Arrow, who was actually one of my favorite villains. And actually that season, partially because of him, became one of my favorites when 3 and 4 were a little more lackluster. But obviously that Adrian Chase was way more serious. I mean, they're both messed up in the head, but different reasons. So it's like, it's hard for me to choose which one I like more of those two. But this Vigilante, though, I definitely prefer over the Arrowverse Vigilante.
Okay.
You know what would be interesting if they got the original guy that was playing Vigilante to play Prometheus.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Got it.
Because I mean, he wants to play a serious character. The Prometheus is right
I mean,
there.
the thing is, I of course I like the guy that played Prometheus and Arrow, but since they, obviously it's separate things. Yeah, that would definitely be cool. And I know because we kept trying to talk about the butterflies, but we kept getting sidetracked. I thought, yeah, it's all good. I thought the butterflies were fine. Thing is with me, it's harder for me to appreciate villains that are like these. Instead of it being like, yes, like instead of it being like this evil overlord guy, it's some hive mind thing. I can't appreciate them as much.
Why didn't they just use a can of Raid? That's all I'm saying.
You'd have to squirt it up their nose.
It probably wouldn't work on them. They're probably like immune to it or something. They're probably immune to earth insect repellents.
For all we know.
I thought they were fine. I think I definitely appreciated them more in that last sort of speech that gave to why is that a Taskmaster? Peacemaker. That I think definitely made me appreciate them a little bit more, especially because I think they were hitting on some real world issues. Definitely some, especially some of that stuff. However, I do have to say I have to watch how I word this. I personally think Peacemaker's dad was a more entertaining villain than the Butterflies, mainly just because it's like I think he had a more obviously more personal connection with Peacemaker. And I think I just like the more evil, like I'm an evil dude, the kind of villain more. And it's like obviously
standalone villain, leader type
villain.
guy. Standalone, besides the fact that he's in a clan.
Yes, like I'm not saying he was a likable or relatable villain by any means, but just in terms of just being like
in terms of
kind of
threatening
villain. Yes, I think he was. I kind of would have rathered maybe the last episode, at least part of the last episode. He would have survived to the last episode, and then they had the final confrontation.
It would have been interesting if a butterfly got him. It would have been interesting.
That would have, yeah.
That would have. I don't know how left that would have went. It would have been interesting. Oh, I'll just put something in the chat too. If you take a look at it, just you're gonna laugh. But
I saw that earlier.
Yeah, I was like, yo, stop playing. But standalone, dude, I'm like butterfly infection on the clan guy. I'm like, all right. But the message that the butterflies were trying to do, I had mixed feelings about. Like the vow and everything that they were trying to do. I was sitting there, I was like, you know what? I get what they're trying to do, but you have to kill humans in the process.
Well, it's the whole thing is that they're a reflection of Peacemaker's initial ideology.
True.
They want peace no matter how many men, women, and children they have to kill to get it. And like the fact that Peacemaker refuses their offer and kills the cow.
Did he refuse? Because Goff is still alive.
Well, I think he's just kind of keeping him as like a pet or friend until he runs out of food.
It looked like he was pouring out the last of the nectar though from the scene that we saw.
Yeah, so that's basically the last of his food.
Yeah, so I think Goff will be dead by the next season.
R.I.P. Goff.
I hope not.
Maybe we'll find some way they'll find some kind of replacement.
Maybe. I also thought it was funny
or something. I'm sure it's the same.
I also thought it was funny that the cow looked basically like that giant caterpillar monster from Monsters vs. Aliens.
There you go.
But like photorealistic.
It was looking like that, and I was like, wait a minute, this monster looks familiar. I think graphics went a little bit, but I get it. I understand what's going on. I got love. I see what's popping with this. I was like, okay, this works. And James Gunn is the master of horror, monsters, and everything like that. So I was like, all right, this works. I got the vibes. Now I feel like I need to watch it again for clarity. We got Deadpool and Punisher as a comedic team teaming up, and I'm just curious now to find out who Frank Castle's father was. Like, what was he like? And if his father is like White Dragon over here, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm still gonna watch season 2 though. Who? No, the Punisher's father. Yeah, I've never I've read the Punisher on and off, but I'm curious to see.
Yeah, I don't think they really have talked much. At least not in the show. They don't talk about
exactly.
That.
Like,
I'm sure
what
in some
made
comics
him?
Maybe they do.
Yeah, like what made him join the military stuff? I wanted. They're gonna alter Peacemaker. It's bound to happen, or at least have. They're like, okay, how can we get him? Because the main goal right now with Peacemaker is, how can we get people to read his comic at this point? And they've done it phenomenal because literally as the show was ending, issue 1 dropped, right? Issue 1 dropped. So now I'm like, okay, how am I going to when am I going to gravitate to issue 2? Is it even because in issue 1, he's dude is a savage. Like every team they investigated him. There was like every team he was with, he killed them off. Because he dug deeper into the people. He was like, he realized what his life mission was. He's a savage. Here, I'm like, bruh. The one thing I'm starting to catch on with John Cena is that almost every movie he's slowly starting to play in, there's always the man jokes, if you will, that gets associated with Cena. And I'm like, Okay, I get it. Cool. That's just, I guess, how he is in these movies now at this point. Because now I'm just like, he slept with men. The dude's bi. I'm like, okay, there he goes. He's good. And I seen him in Trainwrecked. I'm like, okay.
I mean,
He's
I definitely think that John Cena has the chops to play comedy really, really well. And he is definitely at his best when he is a well-meaning but stupid character.
Mm.
Like, because you kind of got some of the vibes that he was dumb in the Suicide Squad, but you didn't really get how dumb until you got to Peacemaker when he's like talking about, oh, Pepe the Frog 46 wouldn't lie to me.
the way he ragged on, and the way he ragged on Batman. I,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna calm down now because the way he ragged on Batman, I'm sitting there like, okay, the dude killed it. He killed the Batman vibes. I love what he's doing, and he said what everyone was thinking. Like, I'm like, come on, dude. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's actually, you know what? I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it, and you'll probably. I'm not gonna lie, Ragiroth. You're probably gonna get in trouble for this.
It's okay.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna post it. Please keep talking. I'm gonna find it real quick. It's Snyder. I gotta thank Snyder for this one.
Well,
Oh, but I forget. Wait, how much time we got left? Because Josh, don't you have something?
oh yeah, I have something at 8. It's 8:05.
Shit.
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I guess. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to discuss
Yes.
regarding Peacemaker?
I can't. I think I basically said all I can.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I think
I think I
it's.
got.
I think it's one of the best DC things made in the past 10 years.
Yeah, it definitely came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah, and
It
it
was.
and
I was
Became like the
blindsided.
thing I look most forward to each week.
yeah, and like Ragiroth said, it was something to look forward to every week. And now now my week's a little less fun because I know there's no Peacemaker on the horizon, at least not for a while.
Or no Demon Slayer. Jesus.
Oh, really?
Everything's.
Peacemaker? Oh, really? Demon Slayer ended too?
Yeah, Demon Slayer ended. Like I had Demon Slayer
The
ended.
dub still isn't up, isn't it?
Yeah, nah.
Well, the Entertainment District arc went up, I thought.
Oh,
Wait, this is all I'm looking forward to in the new Batman movie. If it happens, the dude is goaded.
I think
God.
I do remember saying that.
That's all I'm looking
yeah, I
for. Like
when the
remember
Snyder
that.
Cut came out.
Like if
Or
Twilight
didn't
Boy,
die.
if Twilight can, if they pull this off, he will be goaded as Bruce Wayne forever at this point.
Well, to be fair, the Batman is being done by Matt Reeves, aka Mr. Cloverfield, not Zack Snyder.
If he could just put that piece in there for a brief second, even if, because the difference with like, I'm just saying, all I'm saying is like, I'm not saying do go that directly, but at least have an insinuation for that.
Have a little
He'll-
nod to that.
Yeah, like he'll be goaded, and that's all I'm saying. He'll be goaded. And then that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to, get in trouble. I don't want the FCC killing me for these comments. All right,
All right. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there.
word.
Thank you for anyone that has joined in. I know it's like I'm just starting to talk more about superhero stuff, but I figured this was a good thing to talk about, especially because we all really like the show. But if you've stayed till the end, thank you for joining us. Let me know what you guys think about Peacemaker in the comments below. If there's anything we should have talked about, thank you guys for joining us. This was pretty fun. Definitely like the video if you like it. Dislike it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Would really help the channel out a lot. Also check out RagingNingenPodcast.com. We got some good stuff on there.
A lot of gangster shit.
We are
Yeah,
we post articles several times a month. There's always something new.
Word.
exactly. But all right, as I always say, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.
Word.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Take care.